Hey water signs, welcome back to my channel. Water signs, we're going to be tapping into reflection and closure. We're at the end of the year. We're going to see what's going on. What energies are still lingering that need to be worked through? What lessons need to be learned? And what could potentially be coming? What are you looking forward to? Um, I want to, I feel like 2025 was full of lessons for me. I mean, every year I feel like we are always learning something, right? But I feel like 2025 really taught me um how to really love on myself, romanticize my life, how I wanted it to look like, and not necessarily wait for others to do it for me, right? I feel like that was one of my major lessons in 2025. But all right, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, let's see what still needs a little bit of reflection, what needs closure. Let's tap in. Make sure that you guys subscribe. Go ahead and join the team if you haven't already. Thank y'all so much for the support. Thank you for liking and sharing. And please keep in mind that these messages are general. So if it does not resonate, please don't force a shoe to fit. There's going to be more, okay? There's definitely going to be more coming. So let's see, y'all. What messages do you have for the Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio? Reflections and closure for 2025. Ooh. Some of you are learning how to, I'm hearing, speak up or communicate. You could be seeing 211. This is the third time in a row I keep catching the number 211, and I have to look up to see what the angel number is. If you know what it is, put it in the comments for me. But I feel like this year you may have learned or had to, maybe you experienced situations where you really needed to speak up about, or it taught you how to speak up about your feelings, your heart, your emotions, like how you truly felt about certain situations. I like that. I like that. Appreciation. Okay. I feel like for others of you, you also learned um how to, like, exactly what I was tapping into. You see how this person is standing by herself and she's holding a flower. I feel like literally this year, 2025, taught me how to appreciate myself, right? Appreciate my, how can I put it? My effort, appreciate my confidence, appreciate what I give back to people or into this world or into my community. It's like we're so used to giving and showing up for others that I feel like sometimes we forget to appreciate ourselves. And I feel like this year was really it taught me how to balance both energies, right? How to give to others and show up for others, but also giving that same type of energy to myself, right? And appreciating how I'm showing up every single day and not quitting, right? And not saying fuck it. I mean, there are people who are waking up and saying, you know what, fuck it, I'm over it, and they're ending their journey here on earth because it's become too much. And I feel like we take that lightly, that life ain't easy. Life is not easy, and life is, I think, exactly a juggling act, learning how to balance everything, right? um and also appreciating, right? Appreciating the fact that you are showing up, that you are trying, that you are not quitting, right? And I feel like that's exactly what I'm I feel like you're learning or you have learned in 2025. If you haven't, I feel like this is a perfect time to reflect on that energy. Um, have you really, ask yourself, right? Look back at 2025 and see how much of the year did you give back to you? How much of the year did you cater to you? How much of the year or which part of the year did you um, spent time exactly in like in reflection and looking at your emotions and the moments in your life that could have made you, want to quit, but you got through it, right? Looking at those moments and appreciating the fact that you climbed up that mountain and that you were able to make it to the other side, another year. And being grateful and appreciative that you are getting another year, right? That you are planning for something else or something more, right? I also feel like for some of you, you guys work really, really hard this year when it came to planting seeds, whether it was a business or career. And I feel like now you are getting ready to look at everything that you did, right? If you haven't, again, this is the perfect time to reflect on your hard work, your dedication, the fact that you woke up every single day and you watered your garden every single fucking day for 360 whatever days, right? Um, I feel like the fact that this energy is coming out, it's letting me know that I'm talking to a water sign. Um, that is, yeah, look, as I'm saying that, I looked at the bottom of the deck, cornucopia, like you are literally basking in that energy of like taking a deep breath and taking it all in and saying, you know what, I did this. I got here. I built this. I was able to get through that. I was able to forgive that. I was able to um overcome that, right? And now I'm seeing the fruits of my labor. I'm see there's something about gardening could be very significant. Um or you could also be appreciating, for some of you, you've been working hard in the gym, or you've been being more mindful on how it is that you've been eating or intaking, like having a good balance between, indulging and but also making sure you're getting your nutrients and your veggies or whatever, right? Um Appreciate that, right? Because the better you eat, the better it is for your health. Take a moment to say, if you stuck to a meal a plan, or if you stuck to better nutritional habits, whatever it is for you, I feel like right now it's a good time to appreciate how hard you worked. How hard the efforts that you've been putting in. Something about definitely flowers and gardening, a garden here. Maybe you started a garden and you started to, I don't know, something about, I don't know, some you learning, um because gardening for some people is very spiritual, and it can be calming and grounding. So maybe for some of you, you did open yourself up to maybe, I'm really picking up on a spiritual connection by means of how you're feeding your body, right? I hope that makes sense. I don't know if it made sense. It made sense in my head. All right, let's see what else. I channeled a lot with that one card, you guys. So I'm I'm feeling proud. Like I feel like my chest is out. Like I'm confident. Um, Something about my words, like how I'm delivering the words. Like maybe you've learned how to speak up for yourself. Something about your solar plexus as well could be very significant, like your confidence, your warmth, your determination, like your self discipline is all like showing now, right? And it's a good, like I said, it's a good time to reflect on this victory that you're receiving, success, right? Because you've worked hard. You have worked, I feel that you've worked very hard. All right. Is there anything that my water signs need to close out this year or leave behind in 2025? Anything we need to close? Okay, strategy wanted to come out. It did come out sideways, so I'm going to leave it as is. We'll read it as is. And woman holding a coin. Okay, so that speaks to me that we got to work on a strategy when it comes to our finances for some of us. In 2025, maybe you didn't do too bad, but you didn't do great. You could have done better, right? It feels like that when it comes to your money, your finances. But I feel like in 2026, you're locking in when it comes to look, door to personal healing and happiness. So it's like you're locking in, I feel, even more in 2026 because you see how 2025 paid off, right? It's like with the strategy and then the woman holding the coin, it lets me know something about your security, your stability, your foundation needed a little bit, or it needs more, because it didn't come up in the upright, and it didn't come out in the reverse. So it does let me know you have a good idea, or you are at least self-aware or aware that you're maybe whatever it is, home life, finances, career, whatever that may be, needs more of a strategic approach. I don't know if it maybe for some of you, you're considering purchasing a home. I am picking that up. But in order to get to that point, we need to know what's going in, what's coming out, right? So that's what I'm kind of getting from this strategy energy. Maybe with this being the closure is closing out anything that either things that need to be paid off, any loose ends, just tying any loose ends, handling any bills that need to be paid, catching things up to date, because in 2026 I do feel like this is a big year of financial balance, but we're gonna get to that point if we're being strategic, right? There's some sort of strategy that needs to be set in place and followed. Maybe you did have a strategy in 2025, but you tend to waver, or you weren't as strict with it. I keep seeing 333 as well. So maybe you could be working with other people, like collaboration, or you could be working with other people to come up with some sort of strategy with your finances, or maybe a business or something like that. I'm also picking up financial, like advisors or accountants, people that know things with money, well educated when it comes to finances and budget, things like that, things of that nature. So that could be, as this energy being your closure, like I said, is kind of like you're realizing what needs to be cleaned up, right? When it comes to your money, your budget. I'm seeing a lot of sixes as well. So that does talk about, again, balance, harmony, bringing things into, I'm picking up Libra energy. For some of you, you could be dealing with some legalities, documents, things like that. that need to be signed and closed out. I mean, signed and delivered. I don't know, that could be for some of you. All right, and what do we have coming? What do we have coming? What are you looking forward to? Okay. Like I said, it does feel like things are coming into. Oh, I love this water signs. Look at the sun at the bottom. This is happiness. This is success. I had a dream last night. I think I did. It was last night of a baby. So for some of you, you could be finding out that you're pregnant. For others of you, you're giving birth to maybe a new business idea here. But this is exciting news. Healer of the ages. I feel like here's another six. I feel like for some of you, I feel like in 2025, you did so much work on yourself. Like, you poured so much effort into yourself and those around you. Um, so much so that I feel like in 2026, how can I put it? People may look up to you. Some people may start to look for you or look up to you for advice, for knowledge, for guidance. You know how they say, hurt people hurt people. I feel like because you've done so much work on yourself that people will be seeking your knowledge on how to heal themselves, right? Because I feel like you've done so much work within you that I think people around you are going to start asking you, how is it that you're doing XYZ, right? How did you do it? Or can you show me? Or some sort of like teacher or mentor or something like that. You may be a healer your damn self. And you could be finding out. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. For some of you, I'm not even gonna. Okay, we're gonna leave that alone because I really don't want to talk on that. But I do feel like there's heavy awakenings here for you, water signs. Like you spent a lot of time working through a lot of emotions and having tough conversations. And I feel like there's an energy of you. I'm hearing ascension, like you having awakenings and ascending, and something about you, I did see the solar plexus. So definitely your confidence, heavy confidence, like your determination, your discipline. Like 2026 is going to be really exciting. It feels like it really does. All right, water signs, go ahead and tap that like button. You made it this far. Let's see what all this is. Reflection. What do we reflect? What is this appreciation for my water signs? What happened here that, I mean, I like it. I love this appreciation. The Emperor at the bottom of the deck. Okay. All right. Aries energy. Page of Pentacles. So someone's been working. I am getting like boss energy, like building some sort of empire, and someone finally being able to see the fruits of everything that they've been building or working towards. What is this appreciation? Eight of Pentacles. As I'm saying that exactly. Justice. We did pick up on that Libra energy in the Two of Cups. Emperor at the bottom. So definitely contracts here when it comes to work, business, career. There's definitely a heavy energy of you just taking the time to appreciate all the effort, all the work that you've put in this year. even if it's, if it's not career, this also talks about with the Two of Cups, this could be a relationship that you're in. There, I feel like there is the connection that has taught you a lot about yourself, and you're appreciating the things that you're getting out of this relationship. It somehow has brought you some sort of balance, maybe even inner peace or harmony. And I'm not saying it was easy. I'm just saying I feel like it has taught you something about yourself. Justice energy, um, something could have happened in Libra season. Contracts, legalities, yeah, because I am picking that up with strategy here. Also with the Eight of Pentacles. What is the Justice? For some of you, you could have gotten married. The Two of Cups and the Justice. Death, okay. And the Ace of Wands. Okay. Shit, for some of y'all, maybe you gain the courage to end a situation, end a job, end a relationship. For some of you, end both at the same motherfucking time and started from scratch. And it feels like you ran with it. Like you decided to maybe end certain connections, or like I said, relationships, careers, jobs, and it was like a complete transformation for you. So maybe 2025, you really grabbed on to your self-confidence, your determination, and you ran with it. Like you stuck to it. Like you really stuck to it, and now you're seeing all your effort paying off. What about the Two of Cups? Ten of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords. Yeah, and the Moon at the bottom of the deck. You have the Moon and the Sun here. So there is like maybe twin flame or soulmate energy. Ten of Pentacles talks about, long-term commitment here, marriage. For some of you, you decided to end a situation, but it took you directly into a whole new relationship that it's like you ended something and went straight into your happily ever after. It's like it was waiting on you to finally end something, a situation. Like the moment that you decided to end a situation, either a relationship or a job or whatever, it's like you turned around and ran right into like a healthy new beginning with someone else or something else, a friendship, like either a friend or another relationship here that seems more solid, more this feels like you could build long-term, like generational wealth with this person. Knight of Swords, it's like it was headed right into you, like your direction, but there was a need to call justice on something else. Like there was a need to end a relationship or end a job here. And I feel like now there's an energy of reflecting on that, right? Reflecting how maybe you had to step out of your comfort zone, right? Maybe you had to do something that you didn't necessarily want to do. You didn't want to end something. You didn't want to, you know, it was uncomfortable. The change was uncomfortable, but I feel like you're realizing that you taking that initiative or that action to move on to new open the doors to something better, to something that brought more happiness, fulfillment. I feel like a lot of things were also revealed to you this year, maybe like I said about yourself, because I see the moon energy right here with the sun. So it's like you came out of the dark, you came out of maybe a dark period, but you pulled yourself out of that. You were able to bring yourself out of that. And for that, you should, take time to appreciate it, to reflect and appreciate. All right, what is the strategy? What is the strategy that closure? Why we need a closure? These cards stick together. Wheel of Fortune. Okay. I like that. Let me get two more. The Chariot. Ooh, you guys. And the Page of Pentacles. The Sun. You guys have the Sun on both decks. I hope they put that as y'all don't look at my nail, okay? The Sun. Okay. The Wheel of Fortune. For some of you could be finding out that you're pregnant and you're having a boy. For others of you, that's very specific. But with this strategy, right, for closure, what is it that we still need to close out? The Wheel of Fortune here lets me know that you're literally moving in the direction of your, I'm hearing riches, financial stability, your wealth. You see how the Chariot is looking straight at the wheel? Like the wheel does talk about good luck, good karma, things closing out. This is a turning point. Page of Pentacles lets me know this is good news when it comes to money, to finances. I feel like you are being a little bit smarter when it comes to your money, or you're seeing how you could have made better choices or decisions when it came to your money. For some of you, you could have purchased a vehicle or something like that with the Chariot, or you're thinking about purchasing a new vehicle. And there's a need to come up with some sort of strategy here, maybe to save money. But you're closing something out. You're definitely, with the Wheel of Fortune, lets me know this is a turning point for you. This is you being smarter, getting educated with the Page of Pentacles to becoming educated, definitely higher education here. So you could be working or teaming up with individuals who are very knowledgeable when it comes to finances, like a financial advisor, accountants, maybe investors, people who know about investments. I don't know. Not investors, but something like that. I don't know. When it comes to this strategy, it's like you're definitely learning certain lessons about your money, your finances, being smarter. It's like you're wanting to stay on top of the wheel, right? Because what goes up must come down, right? So it's like the cause and effect. How smart are you being with your finances while you are in the up and up, right? Because when the wheel's gonna fucking turn, you're gonna find yourself in situations where you're not in the up and up, and that's okay. It's about how you prepared for when you were on the other side of the wheel. And I feel like that's what you're looking at directly, exactly at that. It's like, how do I prepare for those moments where I'm not on the up and up? Because I know I won't always be up here. And it's not that you're being negative, that you're expecting for things to just go wrong. It's more you of becoming strategic, right? That's why this came in sideways. It's like you have a good idea of something, how to be, you are aware, or you have become aware that you have to be strategic, especially when you're on top of that wheel. But you also have to prepare for those days when you're not on that top, when you're not in the top. And I feel like that's what you're becoming aware of at the end, towards the end of this year. You understand that you have to become more educated or gain the knowledge here so that you can come up with some sort of strategy to hold on to your fortune. Because for some of you, you could have received some sort of payout, or your finances with the Ten of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune showing up here. It's like something grew and it could have grown quickly. But we want to make sure we can maintain our wealth, right? That's where generational wealth comes in. One thing is hitting the jackpot, and then other is being smart with that jackpot, right? And I feel like that's what you're learning. That's what you're closing out this end of the year. You're understanding that there's more knowledge we need to seek. You understand that in order to maintain balance and harmony, even with our finances, not only, within ourselves, that we have to make and act and take effort by coming up with some sort of strategy so that our finances do stay balanced, do stay in harmony, right? Okay. I like this, water signs. I do. So let's see. What is the energy you're stepping into here with the Healer of Ages? What's coming up? A lot of healing energy here, so I like it. Aw, you guys, there's the sun. As I'm saying, healing energy. This is happiness. This is success, victory. A lot, like I said, just for some of you, you could be healers. I am picking that up a lot. You're seeing 1551 here. So look at the Emperor. For some of you, there's a son here. You're a father of a boy. For others of you, you could be finding that out. For some of you, there is a child that could be healing you, that could be helping your healing journey. Sometimes children definitely do. They do that. They do. Look at the Lovers at the bottom of the deck. I was definitely picking up on twin flame energy. So you may be coming in contact with your twin flame. Maybe one's ending a situation with this Two of Cups showing up here. It's like you're walking right into your twin flame. Okay? The Emperor and the Sun. For some of you, you are finding out that you are some sort of healer here. And the Fool. Oh, I love this. Aries energy a lot over here. This is a new adventure, new exciting, someone taking a risk towards something and then just like working out. This is like finally taking a fucking leap of faith, and it's like I envision someone trusting and having faith in what they've built, what they've worked on, and just exactly, I'm picking up just living life with faith, blind, I'm hearing blind faith. Is that what it is? Is that what I'm hearing? Blind faith. And I like that. I do. I really do. This could have been after a period of like, financial instability and struggle, and having, especially if that's something that you had to fight through, right? Like that's something that you kind of had to either end. Maybe there's a job that did end and you had to keep pushing, keep moving, turning nothing into something. And it's definitely turning into something. Like I see especially when it comes to your money. There's definitely growth here. And that's, I see you taking more risks, like trusting your intuition, trusting your, again, being faithful, being your faith. Something about your faith really expanding here. And in turn, I feel like it's allowing you to run your empire on a more, like you're more confident, you're more, um, you have a positive sense of self, right? Like you know that you can lead an empire, therefore you're trusting your choices, you're trusting your decisions, you're trusting your gut, and that's exactly what's making you a leader, a boss, a healer for some of you, you know? I fucking love this, you guys. I do. I do, water signs. Okay. Water signs, that's all I have for you. I'm going to keep this one a little short, a little sweet. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, you guys. And I will talk to y'all soon. Bye.